What's up, y'all? It's Alberto here with Dana Athletics, coming at you live once again for the at-home quarantine workouts. Today on the menu, I have a very special animal flow and kettlebell workout planned out for you guys. I'm really excited. This is a really awesome hybrid workout, really, where we get to combine two different movement practices and sort of mesh them into one to get a really overall full body strength exercise workout. For those of you that don't know, animal flow is a ground-based movement practice that incorporates a lot of animalistic movements. There will be plenty of strength and dexterity work going on at the hand and wrists, and also in the ankle and feet. And we'll also be challenging your trunk in different positions to really stimulate the core and work on your overall alignment and strength. And we're going to be coupling that with some kettlebell exercises that are designed to help you become more explosive, have more power, and of course, to improve your overall strength. You know, when you combine these two practices together, you really get sort of like a full circle of benefits, you know, not only when we're talking about mobility, you know, stability, we're talking about strength, we're talking about coordination, other psychomotor skills like dexterity, and really becoming a little bit more graceful with the way that you move, the way that you transition, and then just your overall ability to hold up a nice, strong posture, okay? So what we're gonna do today is basically a sort of like a superset style of working out. So we're gonna be doing 8 total exercises. We're gonna break these exercises up into 4 different groups, where we're going to be coupling a kettlebell movement and then an animal flow movement. And we'll be supersetting those 2 exercises for 3 rounds. Okay, we'll be doing that for each group so that we can complete essentially 12 sets at the end of the workout. So that'll be the main entree. To start off, as always, we'll do a very general warm up to get the body to warm up, to loosen up, to grease up those grooves. Some of the exercises we'll be doing in the warm-up are really designed to help us get better with our mechanics, sort of oil up those rusty joints to help us for some of the exercise that we'll be doing in the main course. And then lastly, as always, guys, I'm going to finish off with a little cool down to help preserve your mobility and flexibility. This is a really nice way to decompress after a challenging workout like today's. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and crack a lack. We're gonna get you guys started with a nice little warm up. So to start off, the warm up we're gonna be doing for about 5 to 7 minutes. And what we're gonna be doing here is 5 exercises where we do 8 repetitions of each. Once we're done with the first round, we're gonna continue going over there. Our goal is to try to do at least 3 sets of the warm up. This will not require you to do any lifting. This is just gonna be a body weight movement warm up, okay? So a little active warm up, if you will. So the first thing we're going to start off with is a spinal twist, where you're going to reach side to side, sort of like if you were jabbing, right? And rotating through the hips. So I'm reaching side to side, really working on my twist here. And we'll go for about 8 reps, okay? From here, we're going to go into a jumping jacks, 8 reps. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. From there, we're going to go into a prisoner squat. On the prisoner squat, you can go nice and wide if you'd like. All right. If you're used to doing your squats nice and narrow, you can do that as well. But what you're going to do is hands are going to come up, right? And from here, we're going to just drop down, trying to keep the spine as vertical as possible. All right. Keeping the chest up, elbows flared out. Help us keep our spine nice and long here. Same rep count here. We'll go for 8 reps. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very nice, guys. Shake that off. From here, we're going to move into a little hip hinge. This is a deadlift movement, right, where we're folding the body in half through the hips. Now, once I do this, we're going to add a little, we're going to combine a little bit of shoulder retraction as we come down into the deadlift. So from here, I'm going to keep my thumbs turned out, and I'm going to retract my shoulder blades, and I'm going to hold this landmark, okay? I want to make sure that I'm not bending too much at the knees, but rather focusing on hinging more at the hips and dropping my chest so that it's parallel to the floor. From here, I'm just going to come right back up, Squeeze the glutes like I'm pinching a penny between them, and then go right back into it. All right, so I'm at the bottom of the lift here, and I'm retracting. I come right back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very nice, guys. From here, we're going to go into a loaded beast position, into a wave unload. Okay, this is a movement that, a very basic movement that we'll learn in an animal flow. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to start off by bringing our body down onto all fours. From here, I'm going to slowly lift my knees up and take my hips back, sort of like a downward facing dog. But from here, we're going to load it. So we're going to bring the knees down. And then from here, I'm going to, like a wave, I'm going to extend the legs, round through my spine, keeping my chin tucked into my chest. And then from here, slowly lowering the hips, flattening out the feet, and then working my way into the up dog. I'm going to reach up with my chin, pulling my abdominals, stretching my spine out. And then from here, I'm going to start by tucking my chin and working my way back. I'm going to press through the mounds of the hands, lift through the core, curl my toes, and then work my way all the way back into the loaded beast position, and then we'll repeat. On this one, we'll just go for 4 reps and take it nice and slow. Taking in some nice deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale as you push back. Very nice. Load the beast one more time. Come right back up. And then take it back to the loaded beast. Good. Go ahead and pop right back up from there. And we're going to go ahead and repeat that circuit. So from here, we're going to come back to the twist. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. Very nice. Prisoner squats. Hands up. Take it down for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hip hinge with shoulder retraction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good job, guys. From here, we're going to go into the loaded beast to wave unload. So let's come back into that loaded beast position. All right, bring the knees as close to the ground as you can. Then you're going to lift and slowly work your way from that loaded beast into the up dog position. From here, work your way back nice and slowly. I want to make sure that I'm really grounding through the mounds of the hands. This will allow me to disperse weight properly through the wrist so that I'm not hurting my wrists. One more time. Very nice. All right, guys. We're down to the last one for the warm-up. So last round, we're going to come back to those spinal twists. Let's go for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Warm-up exercise number 2. Last set here, prisoner squats. Hands come up and give me 8 squats here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good job, guys. All right, from here, we're gonna go to the hip hinge with a little shoulder retraction. So from here, I'm folding at the waist, bringing my trunk down parallel to the floor, and then pulling my shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very nice. Last set, loaded beast to wave unload. You should start to feel the body heating up a little bit and maybe even becoming a little bit more elastic, so to speak, in the muscles, getting a little bit warmed up. Good. One more rep here. All right. Very nice. Okay. We got the warm up in. It's time to move to the main entree. So again, what we're going to be doing here for the main entree is we're going to be combining an animal flow and a kettlebell exercises together to create a superset. So we'll be doing exercise A and then B. Okay, so we'll be doing 4 groups, right? Total of 8 total exercises. And remember, we're going to do a superset. So we'll go one exercise to the next. If you need a break, you can take a break. If not, we repeat for a second and then a third round, okay? Well, I practiced this workout actually yesterday. It took me about an average of 5 to 6 minutes to finish each circuit. So that's more or less around the time that we're looking at to complete each one, okay? So what we're gonna start off with is group A. This is the first superset. So exercise A1 is called a high pull to a goblet squat. So you're gonna start off with your kettlebell. Now, if you have a very light kettlebell, obviously this is gonna be great for you because you're gonna practice the mechanics and own the landmarks on each of the exercises that I'll be teaching you using the kettlebell. If you have a very heavy kettlebell and it's the only option that you have, just keep in mind that you can use a dumbbell, okay, as well. It could be a light one too. You can also use a book bag, right? So I'm gonna show you a couple different ways that you can do this with each of these tools. Okay, again, my preferred tool for this one obviously is the kettlebell, but I understand that, you know, kettlebells are hard to get a hold of right now. So you use whatever you got, okay? So the high pull to goblet squat looks like this. I'm gonna frame the kettlebell with my legs. I'm gonna start off by coming down and grabbing the horns, okay? When I'm grabbing the horn chair, I wanna keep my posture nice and proud, okay? So chest up, nice and proud. Now from here, I'm gonna lift just a little bit so I can feel the weight coming into my body. My lats are gonna engage a little bit. Now, once I have the weight of the kettlebell in my hands, I'm gonna drive power through the legs and then pull the kettlebell up to my chest. Once I'm up at the top, I'm gonna squat. I come back up, I follow the kettlebell back down, and I repeat. Okay, so that'll be exercise A1, high pull to goblet squat. We're gonna work on 10 reps on this one, okay? We're gonna superset this with a loaded beast, which you just saw in the warm-up, but we're gonna move from the loaded beast this time into a tiger crawl, okay? This exercise looks like this. So we already saw the loaded beast position. So again, I'm pressing through the mounds of the hand. I don't want any space in between my hand and the floor. So I wanna make sure that if I were to, when my hands touch the floor, if I was to come around, try to lift my fingers, I wouldn't be able to, right? Each little finger is pressing down, the knuckles are pressing down, the rest of the hand, pisiform, thumb, everything, pressing straight down, okay? This is gonna be healthy for the wrists, healthier rather, especially if you don't get down on your hands too much. This will be a really nice way to develop some strength and develop a little bit of durability in the wrist. So we're in the loaded beast position. Okay, I'm gonna load. So down dog, then knees come all the way to the floor. Now, from here, I'm gonna explode with my right leg and bring it to where my right hand is positioned. So I go step, and then my right arm comes, and I rotate a few degrees to the right, like a big tiger claw right there. Right, from here, I go right back into the loaded beast position, and then left side. Boom, come back, boom, come back, boom, come back, boom, okay? So that'll be exercise A2, where we'll be doing a total of 8 reps, okay? So we have high pull to goblet squat, then we have loaded beast to tiger crawl, okay? Let's go ahead and get started with the first round, guys. So grab your weight. Actually, I was gonna show you how you can do the high pulls with the dumbbell. So with the dumbbell, you would basically have to stand it up, okay? Same thing, you'd frame it, pull it up to the chest, squat from there, okay? That's an option. And lastly, with your book bag, same deal. You'd be pulling by here, you would lift, hold on, squat, and then follow it back down. Okay? So that, for me, is a little light. And I want to get a good workout in with you guys. So I'm going to do it with my kettlebell. This bad boy right here is about a 50-pounder. I always like to go really heavy with my kettlebells, but I'd say anywhere between, 15 to 30 pounds should be good. But today I'm feeling extra strong. I'm going to go with the 50 on this. So first round, high pull goblet squats. We're going to go for 10 reps. Here we go, guys. You and me, one-on-one. All right, so frame the kettlebell. Okay, I'm gonna feel the weight coming into my body, into my arms. From here, let's explode. High pull, catch it at the top. Goblet squat. Let's go for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more time. And 10. Whew, very nice. All right, let's bring that to the side there. All right, so now we have 8 loaded beasts to tiger crawl. All right, so we're on our hands. Wrists are going to be right under the shoulders. We're going to lift the hips up and back. Down dog. Good. Now from here, load the beast. Knees come towards the floor. We're going to start with the right leg. So right leg steps forward. Right hand comes up. I pull. Come back. Now left side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Whew. Very nice, guys. Good job. All right, catch your breath. Take a little breather. So that's the first round. Okay, if you felt a little choppy, right? If the moves still look a little clunky, please try it without any weight. Work on your form, work on your technique, because remember, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. So with that said, make any adjustments that you need to make. Round 2, here we go. Whew. This 50-pounder is no joke. All right, so back to the high pulls to goblet squat, 10 reps. Here we go. Rock and roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew, very nice. Okay, guys. Second round, we got loaded beast to tiger crawl. Let's go. Let's work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Woo. Looking good, guys. Take a little breather if you need it. Way to work. Okay. Last round of the first superset. I want you guys to clean your form up. At this point, I want you to really work on owning the moves. You've made the adjustments you need to make, so let's make this your best set yet. Here we go. High pull to goblet squat. Give me the best 10 reps you got for me. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. Let's go. Loaded beast to tiger crawl. Last round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Way to go, guys. Looking good, looking strong. I love it. All right, catch your breath. You guys might remember a couple weeks back, we did a little breathing technique to help us get that heart rate down. Let's revisit that real quick. So we're kneeling down. You're gonna do a 4-second inhalation, 4-second exhalation. Try to do 4 to 5 of those to calm the breath. One more time. All right, looks good. So we're moving on to the second superset. This is group B. We're gonna start off with exercise B1, the kettlebell swing, okay? The kettlebell swing is gonna be a hip hinging exercise. So basically what that means is that we are no longer gonna be triple extending through the ankle, knees, and hips, but rather we're gonna focus primarily on the ankles and hips. So what that means is that the knees are not gonna be bending anymore, okay? Because we're gonna fold the body in half. So now I wanna be able to see my trunk, just like we did in the warm up, right? I wanna see my spine come down parallel to the floor. Once I own that position, we're gonna grab the kettlebell, which will be in front of us. And the whole concept of the kettlebell swing, this is a ballistic exercise. We wanna be able to create momentum to then drive force, okay? And we're driving that force by pressing and using our legs to swing and thrust the kettlebell out in front of us, okay? We don't wanna see the arms come over the head, okay? The arms should not be working very much in shoulder flexion. The movement should be coming from the momentum and force that we're driving through the hips, okay? So we're gonna start off with this one. It'll be 20 reps, okay? I'm just gonna give you a little demonstration. So I'm gonna stand a little bit behind the kettlebell. I'm gonna come into my hip hinging position. Okay, kettlebell stays parked. I'm just gonna grab it by the horns and tilt it a little. From here, I'm gonna activate my lats, keep my chest up, nice and proud. And then from here, I'm going to pull under my groin as much as possible with as much force as I can so that I can create momentum. So I pull and then thrust. The more I'm able to hinge, right, the more force I'll be able to create through the extensibility of the back body, including the calves, hamstrings, glutes, etc. I am creating force to push that kettlebell through the legs, okay? So that'll be exercise B1. We're gonna superset this with exercise B2, which is gonna be a side kick through, okay? What we're gonna do is get back into that all fours position, okay? From here, the wrists are gonna be under the shoulders, knees will be under the hips. Now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna lift my right hand, okay? I'm gonna step out with my right foot, and I'm gonna kick out through the side with my left leg. So as soon as I come up, I'm just gonna kick, and then I'm gonna come back. All right, same thing on the other side. I lift up the left hand, I'm gonna plant the left foot out, and then I'm gonna kick through with my right leg, okay? So in motion, we wanna try to create a little bit of fluidity, okay, with the movement. So I start here, I slowly start to turn out, come back to center, and I wanna create a little bit of movement, fluidity here. Again, working on my wrist and ankle dexterity on this one to really work through the shoulders and hips. Okay, so side kick throughs, we'll be doing 10 reps. So 20 kettlebell swings, B1, B2, 10 side kick throughs. All right, 3 sets, let's get to work. All righty, guys. So if you don't have the kettlebell, again, you can use the dumbbell once again. Okay, same concept, you would just be holding it from the actual bell part. So you would just be pulling, creating force the same way, okay? Me personally, obviously, I like the kettlebell horns better because they're just easier to grab, but it's up to you. You can use whatever you have. Book bag, same thing. You would position in front of you and just swing it out, okay? It may not be as heavy. You may not feel as much explosiveness and power, but that does not mean you cannot work on the technique and create a little bit of power, right? Even if it's really light, I'm gonna will it so that it feels like it's 100 pounds, right? It's all about how much mind-body connection I put into it, right? So let's go ahead and get started with the first set, 20 kettlebell swings. All right, so feet can be about shoulder width apart with the toes slightly turned out. I'm gonna come down into that bottom phase, into my hip hinge. I'm gonna reach out for the kettlebell. All right, tilt it, keep it parked. Now, try to focus on bringing some engagement into your core and lats. Chin stays tucked in. I'm gonna pull through as hard as I can and start swinging. Let's go. Park it down. Way to go, guys. All right, side kick throughs. Let's go for 10 reps. All right, we're on a wrist. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna start off by kicking to the right side. So right hand comes up, right leg plants, I kick through, come back to center, opposite side. Left hand comes up, left leg plants, I kick through the right. Keep it going. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Way to work, guys. Looking good. Let's go straight into round 2. Real quick tip on the kettlebell swings. When you're at the top here, standing position, the kettlebell's across you. It's usually no higher than sternum level. Oftentimes it might be a little lower depending on how heavy the kettlebell is. But when you're thrusting, there's a point where the kettlebell will be in zero gravity. At that point, okay, we're locking the system in, right? Glutes, core, posture, everything's engaged, looking good. Now, when I start to feel the weight coming back down, where gravity is bringing it back down, okay, I want to be able to follow it. So you need to be able to determine when the weight is in zero gravity, and then moving back towards gravity, we're going to hinge and work with that momentum. All right, the better you get at your timing and the sequencing, the more force and power you'll be able to develop on this swing. Okay, so here we go, round two. Let's try to see if we can tune into that. Here we go. Park position. All right, lats, core engaged, chin tucked in. Here we go. Pull. Try to check in with your body here. See if you can feel when it's in zero gravity. It should almost feel like if you let the kettlebell go, it'll be floating in the air for a little bit. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Park that kettlebell back down. And we're going to come back to those side kick throughs. Rock and roll. Let's go for our second round, 10 reps. Two to go. And pop it right back up. Whew. Good job, guys. Loving the energy. Way to move. All right, we got one more round on this group. Take a little water break. Let's get ready. Last one, best one. So as always, guys, the third round is really where we get to clean up the form. So let's come back to these kettlebell swings. And let's feel it out. Last set of 20. Here we go. Hinge down. Okay. Reach out. Engage your lats, core. Keeping that chin tucked in so the back of the neck stays long. Okay. As soon as you pull, your weight's going to shift a little bit into your heels. And I want you to try to create as much momentum and force as you can here. Let's go. 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Park that kettlebell. Good job, guys. Whew. Form's looking clean. Keep it up. You'll be swinging 100-pounders in no time if you keep this up. All right, guys. Last set of the kick throughs. Let's rock and roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo, good job, guys. Woo, all right. So we got 2 supersets down, which means we only have 2 more to go. So as always, I always like to save the toughest supersets towards the end. So this is when things are going to start getting a little interesting. All right. So for group C, we have an alternating single arm high pull. What we're going to do with this, since this is a all or nothing type of exercise, we're really trying to explore our power and force development here. We're going to cut the reps down to 5 on each side. So we'll do total 10, but we're going to go one side and then switch to the other side. So this is what it looks like. Single arm high pull. So very similar to what we started with, where we had the kettlebell and we're grabbing it with both arms and high pulling it up and then catching it. Same thing, similar, but without the catch because we're only going to work with one arm. So we're going to go into the high pull and then just bring it right back down and then switch sides. So it looks like this. So I come down. Okay, from here, same thing. I want to feel the weight, right? Feel the weight come into my body. So I want to pull the weight up just a tad bit so I can start to feel my legs activating, feel my trunk engaging here. So from here, I'm going to pull up, high pull, and then I come right back down. Okay, again, all or nothing. I want to be able to explode from my feet, transfer that force into my hips, into my trunk, into my shoulder, and pull up as high as I can. It should kind of feel like you're trying to elbow someone in the face. Boom, all the way up, right? So follow the straight line, pull up, and then back down. So from here, and then right back down, okay? So we'll alternate 10 reps, single arm high pull, okay? From there, exercise C2, our superset, is gonna be the crab reach. So for the crab reach, we're gonna be down on our butt, okay? Feet are gonna be close to the hips. From here, I'm gonna bring one hand, let's go right hand into the chest, okay? I'm gonna bridge the hips up. When I do, my chin stays tucked into my chest, okay? Once I get to the top of the crab reach, I'm gonna hold, and then I'm gonna reach with that right arm. It's literally just gonna hang in front of my forehead as I look down at my left hand. Then I'm gonna slowly come right back down, and I'm gonna switch sides. Right hand comes to support, left hand comes into the chest, chin tucked in, I lift, and then I reach. Left forearm hangs out in front of the forehead. I'm looking down at my right hand, and then I come right back in. Boom, and then I switch again. Okay, so that's the crab reach, 8 reps. So 10 alternating high pulls, C1, crab reach, alternating sides, 8 reps total, okay? Let's rock and roll and start with the high pulls. Again, you can do the same thing with your dumbbell, right? Go into the high pull or your book bag, right? Grab it by the strap and then just pull it up nice and high, okay? Whatever works for you, it's all effective. Again, the heavier you go, the harder it is, but I really encourage you to start off light here to get the technique and the form down, okay? So here we go. Let's start off set 1, single arm high pulls. So I want to frame the kettlebell so that it's right down the midline, okay? From there, I'm gonna grab the kettlebell, right? Feel the weight coming into my body, start to feel my legs and core engage. From here, big high pull. 1, switch arms, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Way to work, guys. All right, from there, moving on to the crab reach. So we're on our butt, heels close to the body. Our hands, the fingers will be pointing slightly out at about 45 degrees. I wanna make sure the shoulders are not elevating up towards my ears, okay? There's a fair amount of shoulder stability in this crab reach, so we want the shoulder blades to rotate downward, okay? And stay nice and stable, okay? If you have elbows that hyperextend, please keep a small bend in the elbows to create some stability along the shoulder, wrist, and shoulder joint, okay? So here we go. Right hand comes to the chest, chin stays tucked in. I'm gonna lift up, crab reach. Take it down, switch sides. 5, 6, 7, one more time, and 8. Very nice, guys. Looking good. Okay, Let's start round 2. So we're gonna come right back into the single arm high pull, alternating, 10 reps on each side, all right? So again, if the first set felt a little easy, again, take the weight up a little bit. As long as you feel really comfortable, right? You feel like you're driving force through the legs really well. You can keep that spine up nice and proud as you come into the high pull, boom. All right, you can go ahead and take that weight up. Otherwise, if this still feels a little awkward, keep it light, okay? Really focus more on working on the quality of the movement, right? Don't worry if you don't get 10 full reps in there, just do what you can, okay? Try your best and forget about the rest. I'm gonna give you a lateral view on this one. So here we go. High pulls, all right? So I wanna feel my legs and core engage, feeling a little bit of the weight, and then I explode through the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very nice. Good work, guys. All right, let's go right back into that crab reach. All right, left hand comes in, lift up that tabletop bridge and reach. 1. Switch sides. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Very nice, guys. Take a little water break. Wipe yourself off if you have to. Hopefully, you're working a nice sweat up just like I am. Oh, yeah, because that's what it's all about, baby. We're trying to get ready for beach season around here. Let's go. All right, guys, we got one more round. Take a couple of deep breaths. All right, if you need to come back to your recovery breath, please go ahead. This is the one where you do a 4-second count on the inhalation and then exhalation, okay? Once you feel ready, you're recouped. Let's get one more in. Let's work. All right. All right, positioning yourself is everything on these lifts. I spend more time getting in these positions than I do on anything else because I want to make sure everything's firing on all cylinders. All right, here we go. Last one, best one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo! That's nice. Power breaths. Let's go. Last set of crab reaches. Right side comes in, right hand comes in the middle. Tabletop bridge and reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one for the count. And 8. Woo! Good job, guys. I can tell you guys are pushing yourself. I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. That's what it's all about, baby. Don't worry. We're getting there. So we got one more superset to finish off the main course. This exercises are going to be D1, clean and press. We'll be doing a total of 10, 5 on each side. D2 is a bounding gorilla. These are two of my favorite all-time exercises. For the kettlebell, this is going to be a full body exercise where we clean and then press. So this is a demonstration. All right, and I'll show you how you can do this using the dumbbell and the book bag as well. Okay, so essentially the first part is called the clean. What we're going to do is we're going to take the same principles from the high pull, all right, and we're just going to add one more movement, which is what we call the catch. Okay, so you're going to pull, right? Let's just visualize me with the kettlebell in my hand. When I come up to that high pull, very similar to when we're doing the kettlebell swings, there's going to be a moment in time where the kettlebell is going to feel like it's in zero gravity. It's going to feel weightless because of the force that I'm using to pull it up. Again, this is all about timing and sequencing. When I feel that zero gravity, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my elbow in. Okay, the kettlebell is going to roll onto my forearm and bicep, and I'm going to catch it right in front of my chest and shoulder. Okay, so I high pull, I catch the kettlebell. From here, I'm going to soften my knees a little bit, and then I'm going to drive up into a press. Okay, so this is called a clean and then press. All right, it looks something like this. Clean, press. Okay, my opposite arm can be by my chest. It can be out here to create some counter stability here, right? And then I come all the way back down, nice and slowly. Okay, from there, I'm going to repeat. Okay, I'm going to come all the way down, boom, and I'm going to repeat. Okay, so very similar to the single arm alternating high pulls. I'm going to go 1 rep on the right, come down. 2nd rep on the left, come down. So I'm going to alternate until I get 10 full reps on this one. Okay, so that's going to be D1. D2 is a gorilla bounding exercise. This is one of my favorite animal flow exercises. I feel like it translates so much into other things like jujitsu, handstand practice, you know, building, again, wrist, hand, dexterity, learning how to float in the air, understanding, you know, a little bit of an inversion or a floating transition, if you will. So I like to do these a lot in my practice. So basically what you're going to do for this is we're going to come down into a deep squat. Okay, if your heels come up off the floor, that's okay. Okay, it's not a big deal. Now, all you're going to do, this is called gorilla bounding. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to frame your arms over your right knee. Okay, and then from here, all I'm going to do is replace the right knee with the left knee by kicking my leg up into the air and bounding laterally. So it looks something like this. I'm here, right? I bring my hands over, I kick the legs, and I end up on the other side. Okay, a little gorilla bounding. So again, I come here, boom, and I bound. Okay, every time that I bound to the side like that is 1 rep. We're going to do 8 of these. All right, so it would be 1, 2, and so forth. Okay, now there's a couple ways you can do this. If you have a very advanced practice, right, you can choose to kick your legs up nice and high to float up a little bit higher and then move back into the gorilla position. Or, right, if you're a beginner, just a little lift in the legs, literally just kind of come here and then just hop the legs over to the other side. Okay, that would be totally acceptable as well. Okay, a couple things to keep in mind. Again, same thing, want to make sure that we're pressing big hands, pressing through the mounds of the hands. Okay, we're transitioning weight into the hands so that the legs feel weightless, and then you just kick them over to the other side. Okay, again, keep your head up, keep your chest up. Okay, you don't want to curl down because you might just fall and do a front roll there, and we don't want that. Okay, so just make sure you stay nice and long, chest up, gaze up, okay, and bound through there. All right, so let's go ahead and rock and roll. This is the last group, guys. Let's get after it. So here we go. This is my favorite round. I'm going to try to kill all 3 sets back to back. All right, call it a finisher. All right, a little burnout. Here we go. Oh, wait, so clean and press with the dumbbell. Sorry, almost forgot. So same thing here. I would clean, boom, and then press, right? And then I would come down, same thing on the other side, clean, and then press, come all the way down, okay? With the book bag, same sort of deal. What I would do is I would grab the little strap at the top of the book bag. Okay, again, I would just pull, catch it up top, soften the knees, and then extend and press. Boom, and then right back down, okay? So that works too. That's really nice. Okay, so here we go. Clean and press, baby. Let's go for 10 reps. So again, I'm gonna frame the kettlebell with my feet. Okay, feet are gonna be about shoulder width apart, slightly turned out. Okay, from here, I'm gonna come down, grab a hold. Again, I'm driving through the legs. Okay, power through the hips. Okay, trying to get the weight in zero gravity and then catching it and pressing it. So here we go. One. Two. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Woo! Very nice. Good job, guys. All right, gorilla bounding. Let's work. So, coming down to my squat. Hands are gonna come over, right? Kick the legs up and bound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Way to go, guys. So for the second and third round, okay, same deal, but on the bounding gorilla, okay, if you have enough space, you can start to kind of move all around, right? Little free range movement. So I'm going a lot in lateral directions, but if you want to, right, you can sort of spin around and play with your trajectory. Again, it doesn't have to be just going side to side. You can move around in circular motions, forward, backwards, you know, play with that a little bit, okay? The idea is to understand how to transition body weight, okay? Using your arms, right, instead of your legs to work your way into a floating / beginning of an inversion type practice. But yeah, this is really nice. And you'll start to kind of play with the creativity on your own as you revisit some of these exercises in the future, hopefully. All right, these are all really, really great exercises to help you with your mobility, stability, overall strength, coordination, and dexterity, right? A lot of benefits. Okay, guys. So let's clean it up. If your weight was too easy, go heavier. If it was too hard, go lighter. If it feels good, stay the same. Round 2, here we go. Rock and roll, baby. Clean and press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Woo. Nice work, guys. All right, so back to the gorilla bounding. All right, free range, move around. Let's go for 8 reps. One more time. Oh, that feels great. Good job, guys. Way to go. All right. One more round for you guys. Round 3 on this last group D of exercise, superset action. Then we get to cool down a little bit. All right, let's go right into it. I'm gonna give you a lateral view on this one. Let's rock and roll. All right, last one, best one. Let's clean it up. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Woo. Way to go, guys. All right, bring that kettlebell to the side because you won't be needing it anymore. Last exercise, bounding gorilla, free range, okay? Make this last round your best round. See if you can get those legs up to float a little longer in the air, right? Let's see what you got. Give me 8 reps. All right, gorilla. Woo. Gorilla. Woo! Good job, guys. You're officially done with the main entree. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. Some of my favorite animal flow and kettlebell exercises. Really, good job, guys. Thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead and finish off with a nice, yummy cool down, all right? As you guys might have noticed, there's a lot of wrist, ankle, hip action, really full body action when combining these 2 different movement practices. So we're gonna finish off with a little bit of decompression, flexibility work in the wrists, in the spine, and lastly, in the hips, okay? So what I want you to start off with is gonna be in a quadruped position, a little forearm stretch. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna rotate the shoulders so that the fingertips are pointing towards the knees. From here, I'm gonna very slowly rock my body back and forth so that I get a nice, yummy stretch in the belly of my forearms. And I'm gonna continue rocking back and forth, being mindful of my breath and rhythm here. And essentially what I'm trying to do here is get my breathing tempo to match my movement tempo, okay? I'm inhaling as I rock forward, exhaling as I rock backwards, really taking time to bring my heart rate down and start to cool my body down, down, down to preserve my overall mobility, flexibility, endurance, all that good stuff. All right, so from here, we're gonna bring the hands back Okay, and this time I'm going to flip my hand. So now I'm going to be pressing through the bone on top of the wrist. Okay, and I'm going to kink my elbows out and flare them a little bit so that I'm not putting too much pressure on the wrist. From here, I'm going to create a little ball with my fist by creating a fist, right? So I'm going to squeeze, try to create a fist. You should feel the stretch now on the spine of the forearms. Slowly release the fingertips, straighten out the elbows a little bit, and then try to make a fist again. Very nice. Straighten the elbows out a little bit more. Create a fist. Should be getting a little bit more challenging here. You should be feeling that stretch on the top of the forearm. It's nice and yummy. Good. Release. Straighten out the elbows as much as you can. One more time. Create a fist. Good job. And rock back. Shake it off. Shake it off. Little rotations. Little rotations. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Good job, guys. All right, coming back into all fours. We're going to go in for the bow and arrow. Left arm comes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, long breath. You're going to thread underneath the right arm. Reach, reach, reach like someone's pulling you. Bring the head down and then see if you can take your right arm up and over around the back. And just hang out here for a couple deep breaths. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the right hand back down to the floor and come out and switch sides. So right arm goes up this time. Big inhalation, long exhalation. Thread through the left. Bring the head down and then try to see if you can bring that left arm up and around the back, opening up the shoulder, rotating the back and spine, and just relaxing here. Taking deep breaths in and out through the nose for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the left hand back down. Slowly pull yourself back out and take your chest to the bottom of the floor. From here, we're going to work our way into a scorpion stretch to open up the pecs and shoulders a little more. So from here, I'm going to stretch my right arm out to the side. See if you can see that there. Yeah. So right arm comes out to the side. Okay. My hand should be right across my shoulder joint. My left hand is going to be sort of like in a push-up position right by my chest. I'm going to look over the left shoulder, slowly curl the left leg, lift it up into hip extension, and slowly rotate it across your midline while keeping the right leg straight. Okay, we're aiming on trying to bring that left foot down towards the floor. Okay, once you do that, you're going to notice that your right shoulder is going to be getting pulled into shoulder extension. Okay, so that's where you're going to feel a nice big stretch coming in through the shoulder and pec. And same thing, we're going to kind of just relax here, head down, take some deep breaths for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale your way back to center, nice and slowly. Good, and switch sides. So now left arm stretches out, right hand comes in by the chest. I'm looking over the right shoulder. I'm going to curl the right leg, take it up into hip extension, and then cross the midline until I get that same pec shoulder stretch on the left side. Once I find that position, I'm going to relax my head and take deep breaths for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly work that right leg back to center. From here, go ahead and pop yourself up, okay, and move into the last pose of the day for our cool down, which will be your shin box position. So basically, I want to be able to see 90 degrees on the front left leg and then 90 degrees on the back leg. Ankles will stay dorsiflex, which means the toes will be pointing up towards the shins. Okay, I'm going to lift my spine up nice and tall, keeping the crown of my head hovering over the bowl of my pelvis. And then from here, I'm just going to frame the front leg and reach forward without letting my spine round. Okay, I want to keep it nice and long here to really access that left hip. Once I get that hip to open up a bit, I want to breathe into it here. So just hold deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Go ahead and lift back up. We're going to go ahead and take it to the other side. So I'm just going to literally roll my shins, okay, and swap over to the other side. Once I have the 90-degree shin box configuration going here, same thing. I'm going to go ahead and lengthen my spine, frame the right leg this time, and slowly lean forward until you get that right hip to open up. Once you get into your sweet spot, just focus on taking some deep, deep, long breaths. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly work your way back into a seated position, and we'll finish off with 3 cleansing breaths. All right, we're going to inhale deeply through the nose. We're going to hold at the top of the breath for about 3 to 4 seconds, and then I want you to exhale like you're sighing through the mouth, okay? So we'll start off with a regular breath. Inhale, exhale, empty out the lungs, and here we go. Inhale through the nose. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Hold for 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and give me one more at your own pace. Good job, guys. Thank you so much again for joining me today. I had a really fun time working out with you guys. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you haven't already done so, just a reminder, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. Till next week, tribe. Take it easy. Bye-bye.